Eccolo qua. Hi, how are you?
Buongiorno. It's so great being in Italy. The crowd is always filled with all this fantastic energy, and everyone is so good looking. Thank you for coming.
You know, Seth, that everywhere in the world, the conference about fundraising is the International Fundraising Congress, the International Fundraising Center. In Italy, we call Festival of Fundraising. So we joke anytime. But anyway, thank you very much. It's 8 o'clock in your city right now, so thank you for this meeting with us, and thanks for being with us. Thank you, Seth. As you can see,
and thanks for wearing the glasses. I appreciate it.
yeah, we have your book in Italian. The same book that you have behind you is here and just translated in Italian, so I'm very happy that we can read your stuff and your nice ideas. I'm going to try to ask you some. Can I take out the glasses? That's okay for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Seth. Anyway, let's set the stage. And there is a legend that is something about your parents used to be leaders in non-profit organization. You were born in a family with a non-profit culture.
Yes. Yes, I thought everyone did. I thought it was normal that parents would be involved in the community. It was not unusual for 15 or 20 refugees to come to our house for dinner. My dad was the volunteer head of the United Way in my town of Buffalo. My mom was on the board of the local art museum and the senior citizen home. And what they taught me through example is, I think, the heart of what this event is about, which is fundraising. Sounds like the goal is to raise funds, but it's not. The goal is to give donors a chance to become a better version of themselves. That when we offer people the chance to go on this journey, they will find meaning. They will find more of a benefit than we receive in money. Because if they don't, they won't give us anything. And watching what my parents were able to produce, the joy and connection, I never forgot it.
Thank you, Seth. Thank you very much for this beginning. But I want to use some of your statement just on this subject. Fundraising means offering donors a piece of their identity. People don't buy what you do, but the story they tell themselves about it. So, according to what you just said, what do you think donors really buying when they make a donation?
Well, I know what they're not buying. What they're not buying is a way to make the hassle go away, and that you should just keep bothering them until you make enough of an impact that they finally just give you money to make you go away. And I know they're not buying all of the insight that your team has about the work that you do, because they don't know what you know. What they buy is either status, affiliation, or the freedom from fear. Status is who's moving up, who eats lunch first, who has a better handshake. Status is, am I in the circle of people like me? Affiliation is who's to my left and who's to my right. What is everybody else doing? And the freedom from fear is pretty obvious. When we can do those things and feel more alive, then our money is well spent.
Every day in Italy, we are raising more or less 25 millions every day. I know that in the USA, you are raising $1 billion every day. We are a smaller market of fundraising, no more than 25 millions. But what you said, again, I'm using your statement, that marketing is the story you tell, but at the same time, our stories are always the same, are always sometimes boring for the people that are outside the door. So what do you think? We have to just shooting louder, or we have to do something different?
This is the first time I've disagreed with you, my friend.
Oh.
Your stories are never the same. They're only boring if you want them to be boring. The story of there's a starving kid, and if you don't give me money, they're going to die, is only one of 100 ways to talk about raising money for hunger. The story of we're supporting this artist who is doing this important work, that goes back to the Renaissance. I mean, Italy invented the whole idea of being a patron. Italy established what it was like to show up for the community and say, I can create beauty here. If you don't see how much freedom you have in the story you tell, I'm afraid you're missing the point. The point is, what we sell is a feeling. And there are lots of feelings that we can offer people.
What you sell is a feeling, and many times in your written stuff or in your speech, you are speaking about it is not important to have a lot of followers, it is not important to have a big, huge audience, but it is really important to have somebody that loves you. You are speaking also about tribes. Sometimes you are using that word, the tribes, the tribe, the tribe. So you are looking for the tribe. But at the same time, we are trying to enlarge our audience. We are trying to speak to everybody. So what's the problem? We have to speak to a tribe, we have to speak to a small group, we have to speak to a big group. What do you suggest us?
I fear that if you're racing around trying to make your audience bigger, you're ignoring the people who got you where you are. That the opportunity is to make useful work for your followers, not find followers for your useful work. And this distinction is super important. So I've had 20 plus bestsellers around the world, and not one of them has sold to more than 1% of the US population. So to a rounding error, my market share is 0. What this means, if you look at any nonprofit, Charity Water has raised $250 million US. My friend Jacqueline at the Acumen Fund has raised more than $250 million US. That's a lot of money. And yet they only have tens of thousands of donors. They don't have millions of donors. That the goal is not to make average stuff for average people. The goal is to be specific. So you talked about tribes. When I wrote the book, what I was trying to explain to people is you can't have a tribe. It's really unlikely that there will be a group of people who build their lives around you. What you might be able to do is find a tribe that already exists, a cultural group, and connect them and lead them and offer them the things that they seek. They are not your tribe, but you can be an avatar for them. And that distinction is really important, and I'm happy to break it into pieces if you'd like.
But do you think your ideas is okay also for small organization or just for huge organization? Because when you are speaking about marketing, it seems to me sometimes that you are organizing ideas and processes just for huge organization and not adapt to the small, that are a lot in Italy. We are 1,500 here right now, participants, but at the same time, many of them are small organizations, sometimes just a one-man or woman shop.
Yeah. So let me tell you a story. I live in a small village. There are only 2,000 houses and 6,000 people. In the United States, we have this ridiculous way that we fund our schools, and people pay from taxes, and there's a vote each year on the budget. And if the budget fails, then you get one more vote. And if it fails the second time, the school goes into state receivership. It's bad. And we're very proud of the schools in our town. The local elementary school is a blue ribbon school. It won an award many times for being one of the best elementary schools in the country. Anyway, For the first time in a long time, the school budget failed. And it failed because many older citizens, people who didn't have kids in the school, said, this is costing too much. We're voting against it. The economics of it are pretty clear, which is that housing values go up, et cetera, even if you don't have kids in the school, if the schools are good. But having an argument with people with only 2 weeks to go in a small town wasn't going to change anything. So 3 people got together, and in the middle of the night, in front of the big tree, in front of the big school that everyone in town drives by every day, they hung 100 blue ribbons. That's it. No signs, no explanation. They were honoring the school's performance and basically saying people like us do things like this. People like us support things like this. Well, within the next week, without these 3 people doing anything, dozens, then hundreds, then thousands of blue ribbons started being hung on trees all around town. And when the vote came 2 weeks later, the school budget passed 3-1. That's marketing. That's storytelling. That's a small organization. That's no money spent. 3 volunteers in 1 hour, 1 night. But it created a cultural touchstone. People like us do things like this. It's easier to be a small nonprofit than a big one because you get to pick your donors. And when you pick your donors, you pick your future.
Wow, that's a great motivation. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Seth. But let's stay on this moral theme. Let's speak about the big lies. So what do you think is the big liar in the nonprofit world? What is the biggest lie nonprofits tells themselves every day?
Well, I think there are a few, sorry. The first one is if you could just raise one more little bit of money, the problem you're trying to solve will go away. The second one is that people want to hear from you about your problem. And the third one is that your problem is everyone's problem. And those 3 things all go together. Many marketers have this challenge. You're being a narcissist. You're being self-absorbed. You're looking at what's in front of you as opposed to bringing empathy to talk to people about what's in front of them.
A nonprofit that sounds like a profit company feels cynical. One that only speaks with good feelings, let's say saintly, angelically, they feels naive. Do you think there is a third way, or it is not possible to do anything about it?
Let's talk about tension for a minute. And forgive me, I have no Italian. But tension and stress are different things. Stress is wanting 2 things at the same time that cannot coexist. I need my job, I hate my job. I want to be here, I need to leave. Stress is not good. But tension is what we call it if I pull back a rubber band and before I let it go. If I don't have tension, the rubber band's not going to go anywhere. Fundraising is willingly inflicting tension. Going to someone and creating the opportunity for someone else to fill a space, for someone else to name a building after themselves, or to solve a problem, or to speak up, or to be at the community dinner. We have the chance to create tension. And we do it for the people we're fundraising from. If you're not doing that, if you're running away from tension, then it's unlikely you're going to grow.
I'm running, and sometimes I'm going in nonprofit organizations all around Italy, and probably the most frequent statement that I got from the presidents, from the governance of the organization is something like, our value is evident, people just need to know about it, but no one is listening. So what is the mistake? Is in who is speaking or who is listening?
Okay, so let's talk about the original precept of effective altruism. What is the most effective way for me to invest money as a philanthropist? Well, for $3 US, I can keep someone from getting river blindness, which will preserve their eyesight for the next 50 years. Can anyone in this room offer more utility than that? Probably not. So to show up and say, I can prove I have the best cause, that the benefit is self-evident, is naive. Because there is no cause that is more humane than keeping someone who is poor from being blind for the rest of their life. So you're already lost that. That's not what you're offering. What you're offering is for this particular person who's right in front of you. How can you offer them status, affiliation? How can you offer them a sense of morality? How can you offer them a freedom from fear for them in their circle, right here, right now, that they would miss if you didn't do it? If that's not coming through, that's on you. It's not on the donor. We need to go to where people are. We don't know what they know. We don't believe what they believe. And that's okay, because they're not going to change their mind. What we can do is serve them by understanding who they are and where they're going.
But another statement about fundraising, everybody knows that. Maybe I can repeat. Your blog is great. Your information every day is like a prayer, let's say, because every day you are you're sending a statement. Sometimes it's short, sometimes it's long, but it's always interesting. So that's why I thank you for your job. In one of the last statement that you wrote, you said that you are writing yourself. Yes, everything in that specific email is made by you, and you said that you raise a huge number, something like 1,000 and 1,000 of information. But in one of the
10,000 days in a row.
10,000, yes, 10,000 days in a row, yeah, that's right. And in one of them you said, fundraisers do emotional, creative, and risky work. So my question specifically for the Italian market is why we are so underpaid? You said that we are emotional, creative, and risky work, so it is supposed to be much more than the artificial intelligence.
Oh, it's supposed to be way more than artificial intelligence. But artificial intelligence only costs $20 a month.
Exactly.
So here's the deal. We created this cultural expectation of how much people in nonprofits should get paid. I think it's nonsense. I don't think it makes any sense at all. When I do my philanthropy, I always give to the general fund to pay salaries, because I don't see any reason why someone who does this urgent and important work should be underpaid. And yet, this is the world we are in. So what are we going to do about it? Part of it is to create the conditions for the donors to want you to get paid more. Why would they want that? Because if your pitch is you're giving money and all of it's going to go to this desert where people have nothing, then you can understand why the donor says, then I don't want you to get any of it. But if the pitch is, this is what our community does, and people like me are in that community, that's a different story. And so no, this is not a good way to get rich in money, but it is a good way to have a rich life. And I think as the professionals in this room, when the 1,500 of you unite and speak up and professionalize your work, when you do work that an AI couldn't possibly do, you have the leverage to get paid a little bit more, maybe even a lot more than you're getting paid now. It's not fair, but again, culture tells stories, and our job is to help rewire those stories.
You said that strategy is the hard work that you are doing before it begins the hard work. And you said also that if you are not able to explain strategy, your strategy, in 30 seconds, you do not have any strategies. You said that, or at least you wrote. How many people do you think in this room has a strategy?
I think most people have a strategy, they just hesitate to say it out loud. And first, I apologize for the throat lozenges. I've had throat challenges.
That's okay.
Okay, so let's work this through. Tactics are the steps we do all day. If you're using MailChimp, if you're sending out email blasts, if you're doing a fundraising dinner every month, those are tactics. Everyone in this room has tactics because otherwise you wouldn't do anything all day. Strategy is the umbrella that your changeable tactics all fit under. You shouldn't change your strategy very often, but the tactics can change all the time. So a strategy for a nonprofit could be, we offer wealthy individuals a high status way to be part of a community that enables this, and this. That means that if you get a chance to go on a podcast to talk to everyone, you should say no. Because if you're busy raising $20 from, people on the street, it's harder to raise 10 million euro from some billionaire. You have to focus. That's a strategy. So the strategy isn't an elevator pitch. No one ever bought anything on an elevator. A strategy is a philosophy of becoming. If our tactics work, where will we be? What is the change we seek to make? Who are we here to change? So my friend Scott, when he built Charity Water, his strategy was to become a modern fundraising engine that worked in the social media era. Anytime he did that, anytime he created status for the cool kids online, he did better. Once you know that that's what your strategy is, then you can invent tactics all day long. Too often, though, the person who invented the strategy has left long ago and we're stuck with the tactics. And we forget to change the tactics even though they're obsolete.
Yeah, that's right. I want to tell you a story about 20 years ago, more or less, Italy. So there was a very famous professor, Professor Umberto Veronesi, one of Italy's most famous cancer research in Italy. And he was the founder of the Italian Cancer Association, the biggest nonprofit organization that actually is working in Italy. And he was probably the first man that used a fundraising direct mail action. So used the letter, paper letter to raise funds. And the consultant, Beatrice Lentati, one of the best consultants that we ever had in our market, was his consultant. And Veronesi said, say whatever you want in the letter, but never use the word cancer. Italians are not ready. He allowed terms like dark illness or endless disease, but not the actual word. That was 20 years ago. But in some way, there is a problem also now in terms of transparencies, in terms of the fact that we are not using the actual word, we are not using anymore the word as we are supposed to use, because everything is blocked by politically correctness or anything else like that. What do you think about it?
I think there's a strategy before anything you just said. Is your goal to write letters to strangers who have never heard of you, to create enough tension in a letter that they'll turn around and mail you money? And is your hope that you can do that over and over and over again and keep scaling what you're doing? Because if it is, now you've signed up to run a machine. I just don't think that's a good way to raise money. And I think if you look at the math, almost nobody in any country I'm aware of successfully continually raises money that way. I think if you want to build a large fund to fight cancer, you need 10,000 people who wake up in the morning thinking about you and go to bed at night thinking about you. And I don't think you want to be in the business of mailing letters to strangers. I think you want to be having conversations with people who care. So the hard work is finding people who care. And I would write a totally different letter to find people who care. Once you find people who care, the work becomes much more straightforward and more useful. But we're not here to spam folks into submission. I think that's 30 years old thinking, and I don't think it's going to get you where you want to go.
That's right. Anyway, we are very famous for your high glasses, of course, the yellow eyeglasses, but also you are very famous for the purple cow. For the purple cow, yeah, that's right, that's it. And I wonder if, do you think there is a purple cow in fundraising?
Oh, there's definitely purple cows in fundraising. Let me give you a tactical example. So 20 years ago, I was walking through the airport in Cleveland, Ohio, and in the center of the airport was a jail cell that they had built. And in the jail cell, there was an executive locked in and a telephone. And they were sitting there calling all of their friends, saying, I'm calling because the March of Dimes, a big charity in the United States, the March of Dimes has locked me up here at the airport, and I need a donation to make bail. It's the only way for me to get out. Will you give $500? So this guy is calling all his friends and all his colleagues to raise $10,000 to get out of this jail cell at the airport. So when you think about this, what's the dynamic, right? The dynamic is purple. Why? His status goes up because he's famous enough for the March of Dimes to trust him to put him on this public display. His affiliation goes up because he can call his friends with confidence and raise money. The stunt is stunty enough that I'm telling you about it 20 years later. That's what it is to be remarkable, to be worth talking about. This guy wants to talk about it, wants to get on the phone and talk about it because it benefits his status in the community and helps kids with birth defects. His friends are happy to get the call because it reaffirms their friendship with him. They're happy to make a donation because their status goes up when they do so. And they talk about it, and they talk about it. So what makes something a purple cow is it's worth talking about. Yeah. And I dare say that the people in this room have bosses who keep pushing you to do boring stuff that's not worth talking about. And your job is to say, nope, I don't want to do that. I want to do something that's going to work instead.
You said something else very interesting. The person who invented the ship also invented the shipwreck. So artificial intelligence is the boat we are about to board. What should we fear, what not?
Okay, so I'm hoping that everyone in this room is using AI for at least an hour a day. AI is going to be as big a change to your world as electricity was 150, 120 years ago. There are no businesses today that say, we don't use electricity. Everyone uses electricity. The same thing is going to be true for AI, particularly in your line of work. That I used AI, it's only 8 o'clock in the morning here. I've been using it for 3 hours so far today. Not to do my writing, because I need to make sure my writing is writing AI couldn't do, but to provoke, to brainstorm, to do something as simple as proofread a list. If you use it a lot, you're going to get better at using it. Because the fact is, either AI is going to work for you, or you are going to work for AI. And if you end up working for AI, it's not going to be good.
That's right. But then we when I write to you an email, because it's a couple of years that I'm trying to bring you at the Festival of Fundraising, and we are so happy that you finally got here. When I write to you an email, I got an answer from you after 3 minutes, 10 minutes, 1 hour. It's very rare to get an email answer from you after 2 hours of what I send you, the email. So you are not yourself when you're writing, it's the IE.
Yeah, it's me. I have no staff. This is my whole company. I have an unfortunate addiction to email. I'm working on it. But I say no all the time, so I can say yes to things I want to do.
Ah, that's why it's easier for you because you say no every time. Thank you. No, I was sure that that was your answer, but I want to tell to the audience that you are incredible, gentle, and incredible good in answering to the email because you answer in 10 minutes. I have a question about criticizing people. My father, that was a pretty ironic person. He died 20 years ago. One time he told me, being criticized is inevitable. At least give them a reason. So that was the statement that gave it to me. So, Valerio, it's impossible not to be criticized, but at least give them a reason. So do something in which you can be criticized. What do you think about it? When a nonprofit organization is criticized, what we have to do?
There's a difference between feedback and criticism. There's lots of ways that we can absorb either one. So if you're driving a car and the wheels start bumping into the curb, that's feedback. That's really good, because if it didn't happen, you'd run somebody over. We want feedback like that. If you've ever been using a computer mouse or something and you couldn't tell what was happening, it's very unsettling. We need to get feedback in order to steer better. It's a gift, and we can say, thank you. If you're not getting any of that, it's because people don't care. Criticism, which sometimes is feedback, criticism is often coming from fear. If someone is saying nasty things to you, it could be because deep down they're afraid. People have a lot of fear about money. So when you go to ask somebody for money and you don't do it in a way that works, it's likely you will get criticism that stings. But they're not giving it to you so you'll do a better job. They're giving it to you so you will go away. And they want you to go away because they're afraid of money. And the answer to that is thank you. Not explaining yourself, not changing everything. Thank you. Thanks for telling me you're afraid of money. I'll go ask somebody else who wants what I have to offer. So we need feedback. We need to do things to make our work better. But, just to give a personal example, I haven't read one of my Amazon reviews in more than 10 years. And the reason is I'm never going to write that book again anyway. It's not useful feedback. Someone gives me 1 star. They're telling me this book wasn't for them. Okay, thanks for letting me know. But I'm not going to defend myself because someone else gave it a 5-star review. So therefore, someone thinks it's good. It's just not for you. Okay, it's not for you. Thanks for your time. Sorry if I bothered you.
That's great. Anyway, we are getting to the end of our conversation, and I have a couple of questions just to give the audience information, short information, and some statement from you. What's one thing every fundraiser should start doing tomorrow morning?
Cut your list in half.
Cut your list in half. Thank you. Second information, one thing they have to do, no, they should stop doing forever.
Spam. Don't spam me. I don't care how important it is. If I don't want to hear from you, I don't want to hear from you. Just because you know my text doesn't mean you should text me. Just because you just heard that I answered my email doesn't mean you should email me. Please, leave me alone. Leave everybody alone unless it's anticipated, personal, and relevant. If it's something people want to get, if something they would miss if they were gone, please show up. But the idea that you're going to spray and pray and just tell everyone because you need to make some money, don't do that.
All right. And so one of my friends told me a statement about fundraising. Tell me if you agree with that. Fundraising is a form of marketing that starts with gratitude and ends with trust. Do you think is correct? Do you agree?
Oh, that's beautiful, but could I change it just a little?
Okay.
Fundraising is a form of marketing that begins with trust and ends with gratitude.
Okay. That's great. Seth, do you want to give us one sentence to write on the wall, something that Italian will remember about you for this meeting, some mantra that you have to give us? And then you can take your first cup of coffee, I think.
I wish I had prepared so I could say something profound in Italian. I have already failed at that. Here's the deal. There are very few jobs where everyone involved needs you. The people who the money is going to need you, and the people who are donating need you. It is lovely to be needed. It is quite a responsibility, and you can lean into it and you can own it. This is called making a ruckus, showing up to make things better for people who want to make things better. That's our goal. That's our opportunity. That's our job. Thank you.
Grazie, Seth. Grazie. Parliamo in italiano adesso. Grazie di cuore.